Welcome back to the quiet corner where rumors are untangled and the human heart behind the headlines is treated with care. You are watching Lights on Turkish Stars, the place where talk of fame becomes a study in choices, timing, and the fragile art of privacy. Tonight, we step into the frost. A hush has fallen over the industry, the kind that says something big has slipped through the snow and into our imaginations. The names at the center of this winter tale are impossible to ignore. Barış Arduç and Elçin Sangu. For months, their names have danced through casting conversations, murmurs of a reunion, whispers of a project. But the narrative has swerved in a direction no one expected. This is not about contracts. It is about a cabin, a snowfall, and images that look less like a setup and more like a memory someone happened to catch. Picture it. A hand-hewn wooden lodge standing brave against a white horizon, the silence so total you can hear the crackle of the fire against the chill. That is where the story starts, or rather, where it was caught. Leaked photos, unfiltered and unposed, appearing like postcards from a private retreat. Two familiar silhouettes wrapped in wool and warmth, their steps side by side, their laughter steaming into the cold. The industry snapped to attention. Fans flooded timelines. Insiders went tight-lipped. And somewhere in the middle of it all, a single question rose up like breath in winter air. Did Barış and Elçin go north to escape, to work, or to write a chapter that exists only between them? If you live for this kind of slow burn unraveling, settle in. But first, make sure you are part of our inner circle. Subscribe to Lights on Turkish Stars, turn on notifications so you never miss a reveal, and if you want to support independent deep dives that honor both craft and privacy, there is a join button waiting for you below. Your support keeps Lights on Turkish Stars glowing. To understand why this hit like an avalanche, you have to consider who we are talking about. Barış Arduç and Elçin Sangu are not just actors, they are an era. Their names share a gravitational pull that rarely lets go, no matter how far their careers diverge. Individually, they dominate headlines for roles that travel beyond borders. Together, their chemistry is remembered in whispers and exclamations, in reruns and fan edits, in interviews where glances say what PR cannot. Negotiations have circled them for ages, talk of a reunion with the kind of budget and ambition that turns the industry on its axis. But the latest stir did not come from a press release. It came from altitude, from snow that muffles footsteps and amplifies intent. The photos caused a stir not because they were extravagant, but because they were not. No velvet ropes. No staged backdrops. No perfume of publicity. Just two figures bundled in thick coats, moving in a rhythm that looked practiced and easy. In one shot, Elçin Sangu leans forward with a smile that looks like it belongs to a quieter life, a softened expression that says the cameras have fallen away and the woman remains. In another, Barış Arduç lifts his gaze, warmer than the weather and unguarded in a way that made viewers lean closer to their screens. There is candid coffee by an outdoor hearth. There are footprints pressed into snow, two sets, parallel, then briefly crossing, as if lingering without trying. Body language analysts have already had their say, teasing meaning from distance, inferring comfort from posture. The mood is unmistakable. Whatever this is, it is specific. According to those who watch the industry with binoculars, the trip was scheduled like a mission and carried out like a secret. The location was chosen for its seclusion and silence, a place where the mountains hold their own counsel and the nearest camera is a birdwatcher's lens. It worked. For a while. Then came the slip, the twist every private tale risks in the digital age. A chance encounter, a fan with a steady hand, a small cluster of images passed from chat to chat until the dam broke. They spread like sparks on a dry hillside. Thousands of hearts, thousands of theories. The camps formed almost immediately, those who see this as romance written in frost, and those who see a simple reprieve from punishing schedules and unending scrutiny, nothing more. And, truly, both readings can sit comfortably in the same frame. So, Lights on Turkish Stars community, help us read what the snow cannot speak. When two beloved co-stars choose a hideaway like this, is it just a shared need to breathe, to regroup, to find quiet in a world that demands constant noise? Or does the setting itself become a confession, a story told without a single spoken word? The comments are open, and your instincts are why we gather here. While you write, tap like if you appreciate a breakdown that respects the people at the center of the storm as much as the thrill of untangling it. Here is the part that fascinates the PR watchers. Neither Barış Arduç nor Elçin Sangu has offered an official line. They are known for giving work the spotlight and keeping the rest in shadows. The playbook for false rumors is fast denial. The playbook for complicated truths is silence. Silence can be protection. Silence can be suspense. Silence can also be grace. And so the mystery grows, because when the cameras stop, the guessing begins. Are we seeing a friendship preserved with care, or something warmed from within that neither wants to define under siege? Then came the airport. Another wrinkle, small but telling. Reports say they landed back in Istanbul on the same day and from the same flight, yet slipped out through different gates, like actors exiting opposite wings after a curtain call. If there is nothing to hide, why separate paths? If there is something precious to guard, why risk being seen together in the first place? Gossip mills churned harder. Those in the know recalled earlier sightings at industry events, conversations that ran longer than the cameras would allow, laughter that lingered after the microphones cut. None of it is proof. All of it is context. The cabin, however, refuses to fade. There is also a psychology here worth tracing. Both stars have spoken, in different ways, about the value of retreat. Nature as a reset button. Silence as a creative well. The choice to vanish for a few days could simply be the decision to rebuild energy before stepping back into the floodlights. Or it could be the luxury of time carved out intentionally for the person who makes the noise of the world fall away. You can read it both ways and be fair. But add to it the quiet glow in those frames, the easy warmth, and the theory that this is pure method research for a possible reunion feels thin to many hearts that want to believe in something softer. Digital detectives, savvy as ever, noticed social media breadcrumbs scattered during the trip. A snowy landscape posted within hours of a forest view that matched the horizon. A stone hearth appearing at the edge of a frame in two different stories. A knit pattern, strangely distinctive, making a cameo where no one expected it. No selfies together, no tagged locations, no captions that spelled anything out. And yet the coincidences pile up like drifts piling at a door. Intentional? Accidental? A shy way of letting the world feel a little warmth without burning down the privacy that protects it? Another whisper in the columns says the timing was no accident at all, that a rare open window in both schedules aligned and refused to be wasted. One source claims Elçin returned calmer, steadier, a little more anchored than before. Another swears Barış laughed more at a meeting the following week and said nothing about why. Those who run with circles close to the pair talk about quiet hours by the fire, about long walks that leave boots damp and spirits light, about conversations that stretch until the flames make their own weather. There is a reason these moments matter in the telling. Away from sets and scripts and negotiating tables, people reveal the version of themselves that is unlit and unpolished and real. Seeing Barış and Elçin in that context has stirred something old and familiar in their audience. The hope that two people who create sparks on screen can carry a gentler version of that electricity into real life. Others assert caution, and rightly so. Projection is a powerful editor. Sometimes what looks like a love story is simply the relief of being understood by someone who knows where you have been. For now, there is no statement to frame these images. There is only an atmosphere of waiting, the kind that turns every tiny detail into a clue and every quiet hour into a headline. The story that began on a slope may become the most replayed sequence of the season. Or it could dissolve with the thaw, leaving only a few photographs and a reminder that mystery is a currency of its own. Will a reveal come as a project announcement, a reunion that turns the camera back on and lets the work carry the weight? Or will it arrive as a simple acknowledgement that the time they took belonged to them and needs no further explanation? Before you go, we want your prediction. Do you think this winter interlude will lead to a confirmed collaboration the reunion fans have been manifesting for years? Or do you believe that behind those doors, the script is writing itself in a more personal tense? Tell us in the comments. Like this video if you value a reading that leaves room for both heart and privacy. Subscribe to Lights on Turkish Stars and join our member circle for nuanced, respectful deep dives that never chase people into corners. Until the snow loosens its grip and whatever is true chooses to step forward, keep your eyes on the ridgeline. This has been Lights on Turkish Stars. Thank you for watching.